This is the first of a few reviews I'm going to do on my fairly new Scott Genius mountain bike. I haven't made any modifications to this yet other than the cell phone holder, which I haven't even tested yet, but this is how it came from the shop. Full suspension. The first thing I noticed was that the disc on the disc brakes is much bigger than my old cyclocross bike. It's kind of interesting. These are hydraulic brakes. It has a huge cassette in the back. I'm not sure what number it is, maybe a 40. But it makes climbing very easy. It's the easiest climbing bike I own, in fact. There are 3 rings in the front. I use the smallest ring when it's really hilly on the trail, and then the middle ring if it's not too hilly, and then the big ring if it's flat. It has everything you need. I actually don't need the big ring. I could live with just the bottom 2, the smaller two of the 2. This shock, that's what you call it, has 3 settings pretty much. It has full squishy mode, that's what I call it, very squishy. It has kind of a medium squishy and then a lockout mode. I forget which one is which, but it was recommended that I leave it in the middle. Not too squishy, not too hard. And that seems fine for my purposes. I've never owned a rear suspension bike before, so it was pretty freaky when I first started riding it. To feel that squishiness, you know, the up and down bouncing. I put these, this is the first pedal I put on here. It was the Candy egg beater style. I really like them. It's got a little surface area, and these spin too. I have a little trouble locking into these sometimes. I have to work at it every now and then, but these I like them because you can just start pedaling before you're locked in when you need to get going. But sometimes I have a little trouble. There's one thing I don't like about this bike is this small area in here, because it's hard to get a water bottle in there. In fact, it's so hard, if you put one in there, it knocks this out of joint. So this is always floating then. So I actually use a backpack now, and I don't like to put a bottle in there. This is a side mount, so you can take it out from the side, but I don't like putting water in there because it's so hard to get in and out, and it knocks that thing loose. Front suspension has, of course, the full lockout range, and then all the way to the full squishy mode, that's what I call it. Hydraulic brakes, very good brakes. Only takes 1 finger on both sides to control the descent, and then that's where you air it up. The special air pump she did at the store, but grips that came with it are fine. I use gloves. These are pretty rough. Always use gloves. Tires that came with it are fine. Haven't had a flat yet. Like I said, I've done about 150 miles on trails, really rocky, sharp rocks, and never had a flat, knock on wood. This is it. I'll show it in action next time.